Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Of course,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate y'all.
It's cool to be out here.
Shouts to Australia. Shouts to Sydney. We live from New York right now. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea. We in the building.
Yeah, this is crazy. I just wanted to ask you a few things. Firstly, about the album "Don't Feed the Pigeons."
Word.
Where did the inspiration begin for that?
As far as just like the process, I feel like with every album, it's always like I realize I'm making an album maybe like after I make like 5 or 6 songs or something. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not even really with intention to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making, I'm just creating, I'm just like in a free space. And yeah, it just starts with the beats. You know what I'm saying? I had like, it started with a Roper Williams pack that he gave me like the end of 2021, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like I had recorded like 1 or 2 joints, and then April of last year I stayed over at his spot in LA when he was staying over there, and then we would just kind of kept building on just a couple of joints we had, and you know, those beats that I got from LA ended up being like the foundation of Don't Feed the Pigeons.
Yeah. And just in terms of the motifs and just the ideas in the album, where did that come from?
Another thing where it's like, you know, I don't even think it was intentional, but you know, looking back when I was listening back to like a lot of the songs I was making, I feel like there was a lot of like theme of like just like very a reminiscent theme. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was doing a lot of like pondering and, you know, looking back at myself, my relationships that I've kept, you know what I'm saying, friendships, and yeah, I feel like it was like very much like just YL walking down memory lane, but also like kind of giving like a taste of like just where I'm at artistically and just musically, and you know, how the level of like rapping I'm doing now and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
And obviously it's like, it's quite a diverse album in terms of sound. And I saw you mention that it's kind of got stuff for like the day one listeners, and then it also attract like new listeners and stuff.
Absolutely. That was intentional, where
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to make something that was like really encompassing of like all of my styles. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have the people that fuck with me just for like some of my, you know, my Soda Club type of music, you know what I'm saying? And then I got like, you know, my Ride or Die, they just want me over a soul loop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I really just wanted to have fun doing both. I didn't really want to feel like I was restricted or like, you know, like I can only do one type of sound for an album, you know what I'm saying? Because like I hear a lot of albums now, I'm like, you know what, these people are doing it the right way as far as like they're incorporating both, and it still sounds cohesive. And I think that was like that was just one of the biggest things, just cohesiveness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really wanted to make something that was cohesive and that still fed both parties, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it definitely like, it really flows through as well, even though it does have like a diverse sound.
Right. Yeah, that's to me, that all comes with like transitioning, like how you transition things into the next songs and things like that. That's something I really have like, that's where I have fun making the album, you know what I'm saying? Aside from like, I'm always happy once I make a new song and, you know, it sounds ill, you know what I'm saying? But then it's like really tying things together. That's where I feel like the creativity and like the genius comes out, you know what I'm saying? I don't, not to throw that title around, but you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, it's interesting to see, like, because there's a whole array of different producers on there.
Facts. All the homies too. Facts.
Yeah. Can you speak on like just having that freedom to pick, you know, a lot of these incredible producers and have them all in one project?
For sure. I think that's like I was excited to put this album out because it was also like a very like super just YL curated album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like I refer to it like it's like a Jesus Is My Homeboy, or like It Never Entered My Mind. You know what I mean? Those are all like me, you know, reaching out to producers that I fuck with, you know what I'm saying, that are inspiring me at the time, and you know what I mean, and just trying to curate something that's purely like from my brain, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but yeah, like all the producers out on the project, like I said, those are like the homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Junie, Roper, Zumo, Idris, Young Morph, LaRon, Grim Dozer, Del Vinci. You know what I'm saying? I'm a slip on somebody, but I'm pretty sure that's everybody for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they were just sending me the right shit at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really, I feel like it's always just a timing thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like, my bad. I got like sidetracked in my head.
Yeah. All good. Yeah, it really, like when I saw the album and like the production credits and stuff beforehand, it just stands out as like a really stacked.
No, for that's,
you know,
like,
it's like crazy to see like just all these different like crazy producers. Like,
no, for sure. I feel like that's like another thing that I have fun with. Just like that's another exciting part about just like the whole album process of just like unveiling the production credits. You know what I'm saying? Like I know how it is. Like just me just being a fan of other people. You know what I'm saying? Like presentation is everything, and like how you announce things, and just like it's ill to like shock people. You know what I'm saying? Even though like a lot of these people like it's not like it's not like super worlds away, you know what I'm saying? But like, maybe you never heard a YL Uncle John song, you know what I'm saying, over a Roper beat, you know what I'm saying? But now I put it together for you for this album, you know what I'm saying? It's, I like to have fun with that. This one specifically, I didn't do too many like features just because I felt like I was very much I was recording a lot of this shit like by myself, you know what I'm saying? And I just felt very like, when I was finished recording, I felt like these are done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like a need to like keep adding things where like I felt they weren't necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that like really helps with like just the flow of it. Like it doesn't feel like overdone. Like it just feels like start to finish. It just like feels like just right in terms of
I appreciate
features
it, bro.
and stuff. You know?
Thank you. Yeah, I think like a funny thing that I peeped like after I finished the album was just like that. It was like, it's really like it's 22 songs, and then the shit's like only it's like under 35 minutes, I think. You know what I'm saying? So it's like very like I feel like it's like diary entries or some shit, like journal entries, you know what I'm saying? Like quick like a quick minute of, you know what I'm saying, just an idea, and then we keep it moving, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and I feel like just naturally, like, I don't know, my music's kind of like taking that direction as far as like, you might not always get like two verses and a hook, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll do that sometimes, like when it just comes to me, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of my stuff has been very just kind of like just stream off the top, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever I felt like saying right there over that beat, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily too like thematic as far as like, you know what I mean? It's not this is the shorty song, or this is the song for the streets or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real like I said, like kind of like journal entry shit, you know what I mean? Like word.
Yeah, it feels like very like personable, like you can sort of learn stuff about yourself just as the listener, you know?
That's when I write this stuff, not that I'm even hoping for that, but like when when I put it out, like I feel like I'm hoping that someone gravitates towards it as far as like, like they see them in myself, you know what I'm saying? Like type of thing. Word.
Yeah. And you can sort of feel like the connection between like you and like where you're from, like New York, and growing up in Chelsea, and
of course this is like the background to like my movie, you know what I'm saying? Like just New York. So that's like always going to be like kind of like a constant theme, you know what I mean? Whether I'm even really trying to do that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like naturally like it's just the place where it comes from, you know what I'm saying?
And what sort of like inspires you just walking out on a daily basis, just walking through New York, or just going about your business in the city?
Just like that, just kind of going about my business, you know what I'm saying? Like hanging out with the homies and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Getting into shit, you know what I mean? Going out. I feel like just recently I've been super like just kind of just been kind of dipping back into just bumping mad like old like late 90s shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think like for a minute I kind of like took a break of just kind of dabbling into like the 90s like music and shit, but now I'm like super like I'm having like a new found love for like Notorious B.I.G. You know what I'm saying? Like who I've always loved, you know what I'm saying? Cuz of course, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always I grew up on that, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm just like I'm just looking at things differently, and just like the impact and like why things are so like why are certain things so beloved, you know what I'm saying? And like what made this so impactful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I've just been bumping like a lot of like music that's kind of keeping me inspired. I've been bumping a lot of like Jadakiss and like the Locks, and I feel like that's kind of been like changing like the way I rap now, you know what I'm saying? Like I got like a lot of my next album after this is going to be like, it's not even really going to sound like Don't Feed the Pigeons, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. It's interesting to see like, or to hear about what you were sort of listening to during the making of this album. And you said like a lot of like late 90s stuff, and it's like, I just find it interesting, like for everyone, people go through waves of listening to different shit, and like, you know, I'll go on a wave of just not listening to hip hop at all, and then come back to it really heavy and like listen to like 90s stuff. Like,
bro, I'm always like, I feel like I'm just like, that's just my character, you know what I'm saying? I'm very much like, I appreciate things at my own time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very much like the type of dude, if a new album comes out, I'm like, I'm not even like really tripping about like hearing it like when everyone is hearing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get to it when I get to it, you know what I'm saying? When I feel like my mind is like open enough to like consume it.
I'm curious to know like what you were bumping in like the early stages of creating the album, if you can recall.
Probably like stuff that like wouldn't even sound like it was like inspiring the album, you know what I'm saying? Like a bunch of like SoundCloud shit, like Tony Snow, 10K Duncan, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like but yeah, I feel like when I lock in for an album, like I'm really just kind of just bumping beats or like just bumping oldies and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like the song was Free Stacks, like that. I feel like that was like this dude Junie just like fucking read my mind, you know what I'm saying? Because that sample itself was like a song I was bumping so crazy like at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like and he ended up flipping it for the record, which was like really sick. But shit, I really can't call it, you know what I'm saying? Probably like just I be bumping my own shit a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, or you know, bumping the homies probably like Papo or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Is there some stuff that you'd go back to, like if you're in like a creative rut, would you like go back and listen to some of your own stuff?
I feel like I never really. Maybe sometimes I felt like I was literally listening to like a bunch of like Jesus Is My Homeboy, like kind of like towards the end of the record. Just I was doing like a lot of comparisons and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that record is like, to me, it's like one of my biggest achievements, just in the sense of like, you know, I pressed the vinyl up myself, I sold it out. You know what I'm saying? And just like I feel like it was received very well. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, that's like a record a lot of people bring up to me. You know what I'm saying? So I think naturally I was like comparing it to that. But yeah, it just kind of like when I was bumping, it gave me reassurance that like, you know, my Don't Feed the Pigeons was kind of like, I felt like it was like a level up. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was like, it had like similar like essence, like the essence to it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like where I was coming from, like, and like what I was speaking about, like, was, and how I said it, you know what I'm saying? Like, was just like, just taken to the next level, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm also like interested because you spoke earlier about just presentation. I feel like a lot of your projects and like the Triple R project, they have like, there's a real like nuance between the music itself and just like the art in general.
Word.
Has that always kind of been a thing for you?
For sure. I feel like since I really started like since like my first album like Open 24, I feel like I was just like very I had an idea of like what I wanted like my records to look like, and like I would imagine like how it would look in like, you know, in a bin of records if someone picked it out. You know what I'm saying? I want it to look like something that's not necessarily like, you can't tell off the top that it's even like a hip hop record. You know what I'm saying? Like you just, you know, it might just be good photography, a good portrait shot. You know what I'm saying? With a very minimal text or, you know, like the Don't Feed the Pigeons cover. You know what I'm saying? Where that's like, shouts to my homie Mota. He just told me, he mentioned this to me, that it's like, it's art that can stand like alone. You know what I'm saying? That it doesn't need to be attached or tied to music or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just something, it's just art. It's just something to look at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, that's why I went out the way to make like prints of it, because like I felt like, you know, even if you don't even know what this album is about, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you could hang that up in your room and it can be appreciated. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, but yeah, that's like, I've definitely been like more adamant about I'm just trying to work with like more like artists that like I personally believe in, you know what I'm saying? And having art that's like 101, you know what I'm saying? Like but yeah, that's like, to me that's just as important as the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of people flop sometimes. They'll have like really good music, but you know, their album covers look like everybody else's album cover.
Yeah.
And, you know, their videos suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care about anything else besides the record. You know what I'm saying? And I've never been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like sometimes it's like a gift and a curse, because, like, I want things to be exactly how I want it to be. You know what I'm saying? But, but, you know, it also causes me to, like, kind of maybe, like, my process a little bit slower, because I'm trying to get everything, all my ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's exactly, like, what came in my head. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that shit, like I said, bro, that's like, the music and the art gotta be like even level. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, that's everything.
Yeah, because there's artists like, a good examples like Tyler the Creator. Like, he'll put a lot of effort into both things. It's like a mutual sort of thing, and I think that's what really elevates like art, like the music as an art,
right? Rather
than just the music as music.
Absolutely, bro. I feel like people can tell when you like gave a fuck and you put in the effort. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like I never like, you know, I never feel like I'm trying to get one over on the fans, like putting some cheap shit together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like I feel like it always feels like it was like, this was like a cohesive thought. You know what I'm saying? This was intentional. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, it's cool to like to see that it's like there's so much more than just the music. So that was one of the things that really stood out for me in terms of your work. Like,
I appreciate
just
it,
like cohesiveness.
I appreciate it. I feel like, you know, those are the things that's like that artists might sleep on because they feel like, oh, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, the music's good, but like someone's gonna care and they're gonna, you know what I'm saying? That cover might just make you someone's favorite. You know what I'm saying? Just because they like the way you conceptualized your album or something. You know what I'm saying? Like bro. Art's important. You know what I mean? Art is important, not just the music.
Yeah.
Your videos too.
In the making of Don't Feed the Pigeons, was there a song that really stood out for you? Like, do you have a personal favorite? I know that's like quite a hard question because obviously it's a project.
No, for sure. I was thinking about that earlier though. That's funny because I was bumping the album earlier just to kind of refresh like what I was thinking about certain records and things like that. I think one that sticks out to me is Tears, produced by John Boy Ice. That was, I remember when I made that, I was like, okay, we have an album, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like I was like flexing like the different type of flow on that, you know what I'm saying? On like, I used a more like, I use the flow that you would use it more like on a drummy type
Yeah,
beat
that's
with
what I
like,
was
you
gonna
know what I'm
say.
saying,
Yeah.
with like 808s and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I like making music like that contrast, because I feel like that's a sound within itself. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and yeah, that was like one of those songs where I felt like I was able to capture like kind of the essence, and like it's a kind of like very, just that sample itself is very like, that shit is just like speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like by itself. Um, and then I feel like I just caught the right pocket, and it was just like done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one of the tracks that stands out for me, to be honest. Like,
thank you, bro. Thank you.
that's
I'm trying to
probably my
shoot a video
favorite
to that shit. I'm
Yeah.
we're gonna get it popping before the summer ends for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking that would look sick with like a video. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
It just feels like it's like very atmospheric and like and laid back. And,
right.
And I feel like it sort of captures the essence, as you said, of the album.
No, for sure. That's a good one. Shouts to John Boy Ice, man. That was like one of those curveballs, because he usually send me like, drill joints or like, some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But like he really just, I thought the drums was about to come in at some point. And I was like, oh, he let it rock. Fuck it, I'm fucking with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to jump on this right now.
I feel like your flow is like the drums,
Right, exactly.
It's like sort of like that. I don't know. You can just feel like it sort of just makes it run through like a drum beat.
I feel what you're saying. That's funny, bro. That's cool.
Yeah. Because you can sort of like, I feel like I can, like, there's some artists who do that really well. Like, one that stands out for me is like Mos Def on Definition. Like, it's it sounds like he's the drum.
Yeah, I know
like,
what you're saying.
Yeah.
His flow on that is just like, the pocket is so like on point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. That's funny.
Yeah. I ask these questions to like, I've asked to some other artists as well. In terms of like a movie, is there like a soundtrack that stands out for you, like movie soundtracks? Because that's something I'm personally like interested in, just like how music can be added with film to create something even more than it is.
I gotta think about that one. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of just out of nowhere.
I was thinking about like the Lost in Translation. That has a good. That has a good soundtrack. Belly got a good soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta think more about that though. But off the top, those are like just ones that stick out.
And just in terms of like the videos that you put out, what goes into that process? Obviously, you're working with like people. It's like a group effort. But how do you know when something's done and you're happy to put it out?
I guess like it's like it just gotta check all boxes of just quality. I gotta look good in every shot. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like the edits have to be like not boring and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's like the edit has to look kind of like some way like what I was imagining. You know what I'm saying? Even when I give a videographer like the director chair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I, like for the most part, like, for like one or two of the videos I shot for this album, like, the directors like hit me up type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just wanted to like shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, they just fucked with, you already know, like just the music and all that. So that was cool in the sense like I got to work with like people I haven't worked with before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, like I just like to send like directors like just music. You know what I'm saying? Send them a couple joints. Let me know what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because I want them to be like inspired to do it too. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, like we'll just brainstorm ideas. You know what I'm saying? Spitball, just like go back and forth. But yeah, like shooting videos. It's just I'm trying to do like a lot more like planning these days. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as like I don't want to just be in front of a fucking graffiti wall. You know what I'm saying? Like rapping. You know what I mean? Not everything got to be like that. You know what I mean? Certain things is okay, but these days I'm trying to do more like have like a shot list and be at certain locations at a certain time of the day and multiple outfits and the whole nine and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to make this. You know, I'm trying to make magic happen with like, you know, with like an underground budget. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think it like, just in terms of like the cohesion, like it just sort of adds to that point that I was saying.
Right.
Yeah, and it's something you can like really tell, like it's not just like thrown together.
Nah.
Yeah.
I be hyped to shoot videos, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's just like I love like showcasing myself in like ways I've never been showcased before. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I said, like with planning, I'm trying to do more of that. You know what I'm saying? Get people stuff that they haven't, you know, seen YL in this scenario on 4K camera. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get more creative with it. You know what I mean? And just kind of push it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And really separate myself from, you know, whatever. I just want to remain in my own lane and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Next month, if I'm not mistaken, you're going touring Japan.
Yes. Actually, like in 2 weeks, literally.
Shit.
Like crazy.
Yeah. And you haven't been there for like what you went 5 years ago? Is that
5
correct?
years? Yeah, 2018. Kind of like around the same time, low key. I remember it was like from the 1st to the 18th or some shit.
Right.
But yeah, I'm super excited to go back. That shit is a movie, bro. Like, it's really like a whole nother world. Super, like, I think that's the most like culture shock I've had. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Is there like some things that you like remember about being back there that you're really looking forward to seeing again, or like?
I mean, aside from just like, it's like the cleanest city I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no trash on the floor.
Yeah.
I just want to hit up the clubs again and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to go back to like Harajuku and go to the shopping centers and just like, you know, I don't know. I want to have my little margarita, you know what I'm saying? Because you could drink out there. You could just walk around the streets, you know what I'm saying? So I'll just be outside with a Sapporo or some shit like an Asahi. Yeah. Just macking, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the shopping out there would be crazy as well.
The shopping is cool, man. And like, it was ill last time, I'm not going to lie, because like, mind you, this was like 5 years ago. And then like, you know, me and Stark are like walking through like Harajuku, and then people is like, you know, they're like, oh, Starko, why out? You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what it is out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, that fucked me up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, you know, I was barely getting booked out here, you know, at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York. And to think that there's like a whole tribe of people, you know what I'm saying, that like fuck with Triple R, and you know what I'm saying, like are paying to have us be out there, and you know what I'm saying, like it really opened my eyes just as far as like the possibilities and how far you could take this music stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, and I'm just excited because like, yo, that was 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So much has happened in between that. And you know, I just even from when me and Starks posted the first flyer, like the DMs and we're just going insane, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's gonna just be another good situation. I'm just hyped to like touch the people again, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, they really like appreciate shit out there, you know what I'm saying? Because they like, they know what it is when they see the real thing in person, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like there be whole people that like they dressing just like, you know, me and Starks be dressing type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, but and it's like it's never out of like some like weird shit. It's just like they fuck with it so much, you know what I'm saying, that they trying to like look like just like it, you know what I'm saying? And so when they get to see like real like New York cats in the flesh, like it's all praise, you know what I'm saying? Like that's I'm always have love for Japan. Like if I can, like I want to keep going back like until I'm done with rap, you know what I'm saying? Like
it'd be cool to see as well, because like I'm from Sydney, and like there's a lot of people out there who fuck with your stuff, and I see like people posting your music, and like
that's crazy to me, bro, because I had no idea, you know what I'm saying?
And that just from an outside perspective, I can imagine like how cool that would be, just seeing like like as I was saying, like even like out in Australia across the like literally as far as you could go from here.
Right.
There's people like really fucking with your stuff, so I can imagine how cool that would be. Like, 'cause if you spend a lot of time in New York and then there's a whole world out there that's like,
bro, it's mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, God willing, we'll get to go out to Sydney too. You know what I'm saying? And really, you know, if I could go out there one time, I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could touch like as many places, countries I can, like one time, I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, that's really where we trying to take like this whole, just the whole movement. You know what I mean? We just trying to be on the road with it, and you know, we want to hit the UK, we want to hit Paris. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just trying to go like international with it. You know what I'm saying? And really kind of build the brand out a little bit more. And make the just like the Triple R logo and movement itself just like more recognizable. You know what I'm saying? And you know, whether that be through, you know, merchandise drop, T-shirts, you know what I'm saying, like knickknacks, little things, you know what I'm saying, just throwing our own shows, you know what I'm saying, and pressing our own vinyl. I think that's like kind of where we're at with it, you know what I'm saying. We're trying to like take it over there and really be like, turn this thing into like a real business, you know what I'm saying. We need to get that LLC. I'll keep it a buck.
And like, are there any, speaking internationally, are there any artists that you really want to work with outside of the US?
Shit. Maybe like, I don't know, like Lord Apex or like shit. Like a Pink Panthers, even Reggie Snow or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That's another one I got to think about a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Skepta. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, word.
Yeah, I could definitely say that for sure. Like,
I feel like I'm one of those artists I could tap into all these worlds. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to sound natural, and it's not going to be like, like maybe if you see it on paper for the first time, you'd be like, what? But then you hear, you're like, okay, this makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because that's something I found, like, just within that album and just within your like discography as a whole, like it's just a diverse sound, and I feel like you can kind of jump on different styles and stuff, which what makes it like unique.
For sure. I definitely was like, last year I was like really trying to make like that conscious effort of like, yo, I don't want to be like just like one. I don't want people to know me for one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I was just like out of frustration, because I feel like a lot of people were like, when I would ask for beats, I get the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a soul loop that's like either happy or like, I don't know, just like not how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want something exciting. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think like Soda Club was birthed out of that kind of feeling. You know what I'm saying? And then like me trying to keep that going, as far as like keep flexing that muscle. I wanted to like just like kind of showcase it more in like on a bigger album. You know what I mean? Like a Don't Feed the Pigeons. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like where I was like kind of more invested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like that's definitely like a conscious effort. I want to show people that, like, you know, you could hit me up for anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't gotta just, you know, if you that producer cooking up that hot beat, you know what I'm saying, don't think, oh, I shouldn't send this to Y. You know what I'm saying? Send it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to know I could fuck with anything, and I'm gonna make it. It's still gonna be YL. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna have like the quality. You know what I'm saying? Quality bars or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
In terms of like what's next for YL, can you speak on that?
Shit, some more shows, some more videos. I'm working on. I'm just trying to record right now, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just yesterday, like, was the first time I really sat down and just like recorded myself just to record something new. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely got like some albums like in the tuck with like producers and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like collaboration albums.
Yeah.
Shouts to Grim Dozer. Shouts to Subject. But like, yeah, right now I'm just like, I'm kind of just I want to keep like pushing this album, Don't Feed the Pigeons and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to keep like just dropping like videos for it and like, you know, do things. I want to do more events and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do like premiere one of the videos at like, you know, a space and make it like a whole event where people can come by and premiere for the first time. Like, you know what I'm saying? With like things like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do like more official things, more official looks. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like show. I don't know. I don't even know who I'm trying to show at this point. Maybe myself. You know what I'm saying? Like that we can really make this happen without the labels, without like the PR, without the, what do you call it? The booking agent. You know what I'm saying? Like, God bless. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, I want all that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just like, until they come knocking, you know what I'm saying? I have no choice. You know what I'm saying? This shit is like my back against the wall for real. You know what I'm saying? I got to do this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm so deep in it. My life is so invested in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but on that note, I'm trying to enjoy the summer for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It really feels like a movement's kind of like really like built and is like really elevating.
I appreciate that, bro. I that's like my hopes is that people all feel that same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when I feel like, you know, maybe I have my days where I'm like, fuck, man, like maybe I wish I had this and that, You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and then I'll see someone, they're like, man, you killing it, man. They think that I made it, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit. And I'm just like, man, I'm still trying to make my way. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for sure, I feel like the future is bright. You know what I'm saying? And the best is still yet to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be a good summer for Triple R. You know what I'm saying? Aside from myself, I know Starks got his albums dropping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zumo is continuously dropping some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We keep it busy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good to hear. And like, this means a lot. Like being able to speak to you. And like, it's inspiring for me just to keep pushing and like, yeah, I appreciate it.
No, of course, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you,
no problem, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Of course, man. Shouts to Soul Radio. SOL.